Today I'm here with Fidel V. Ramos, former President of the Philippines. Welcome, President Ramos.
Thank you.
We wanted to say congratulations to you on being a recipient of the Goosey Peace Prize. How does it feel to win this prize?
Of course, I deeply appreciate the Goosey Peace Prize given last night, but I'm not really sure whether I deserve it or not.
Why is that?
Well, the other awardees were very prestigious, but I'm happy that this happened in the Philippines. Maybe there is a hometown factor involved there.
You are an amazing peacemaker. I've been reading all about you, and the world needs to know more about you. Tell us about the Ramos Foundation for Peace and Development.
Okay, I'm glad you brought up that question. In my retirement from public service, and that lasted more than 50 years, believe it or not, I founded the Ramos Peace and Development Foundation. This was back in January 1999. And we focus on 4 major programs. Peace, security, and stability in our Asia-Pacific region. And of course, that includes the U.S., being a Pacific power. Number 2, democratic governance, including fighting graft and corruption, and helping promote effective local government administration. Number 3, sustainable development. And that has to do with the environment, clean air, clean water, mothers, babies, senior citizens, education, health, etc. And lastly, equally important, socio-economic diplomacy in order to encourage more trade, investment, tourism, and other forms of economic cooperation in our region, especially towards the Philippines.
What is the secret to economic growth and stability?
Oh, there are many factors, and I don't think there's any one secret. But to me, it has to do with people empowerment. Let us develop the capacity of each individual, each family, each community, each nation in terms of the culture of excellence that people must develop. And of course, that starts with education, good health, and interaction with people of other countries. After all, education is not only in the classroom, but also out there. And with those factors, I think any country can expect good, if not sustainable, economic growth.
Now, you also won an award from UNESCO. Will you share about that?
Yes, that one, of course, came from the UN family, meaning 192 member nations at that time in June 1998. Indeed, it was a great personal honor, but I take it more as an accolade to the Republic of the Philippines and the Filipino people for agreeing finally to achieve peace in our southern regions, which had suffered from the lack of peace for many years.
This is my first time here in the Philippines, and I absolutely love the Filipino people.
Oh, what took you so long?
And as I was reading some of the information you gave me, you talked about the Filipinos being the leaders for peace. Would you share some about that?
Yes, we fortunately are a mix of several major cultures. European, we were a Spanish colony for a long, long time. We also learned English from our American friends that stayed in the Philippines as colonizers and administrators for almost 50 years. And beyond all that, our ancient Oriental or Asiatic background has also helped us to become like this. The Filipinos are a happy mix of all of that. And for those that would like to come to the Philippines, please come. You don't need an interpreter. We speak your language.
In your meeting that you just had in your speech, you mentioned a phrase: sharing, caring, and daring. Would you
Yes, this is the slogan of the Ramos Peace and Development Foundation. Just 3 little words. And we keep repeating this because in the course of many speeches and many discussions and many debates, those 3 little words really encompass all of the great things that we want to happen. If only people care and share with each other and dare for each other, then maybe we would have a better world. Let me explain. Caring and sharing are easy enough for human beings, regardless of nationality, to do. Because naturally, people are friendly, hospitable, generous, compassionate, forgiving even. But daring is something else, because that really means daring to give more than to take. Daring to help the environment more than to abuse it. Daring to sacrifice for others. Daring to take united action for the common good. Daring, daring, daring. And so if people were more daring, and if more people were daring enough, maybe we would have a better world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, early in the start of your career, you were a military general, and I'm fascinated with that. Would you share about that?
Oh, that's a long story. But I did attend the U.S. Military Academy as a scholar of the Philippine government. This was at West Point for 4 years. Graduating in 1950. That was a long, long time ago. But the most important thing about all of that is the character building and the discipline and the psychological stability that one acquires at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. Of course, I came back to serve in our armed forces of the Philippines after graduation. And starting as a second lieutenant, I was fortunate enough to work all the way up to the ladder to become the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. But it was done the hard way.
Did you ever study the art of war?
Yes, one of the subjects that is a must in West Point. By Sun Tzu, as well as the other art of war versions by other so-called great captains. Even Napoleon had a book on the art of war. Yes, in fact, that is how Sun Tzu wins his wars, by being more peaceful in his demeanor, in his outlook. And in the end, he wins his wars through the most efficient way, with the least expenditure of resources and people. He wins his wars, and this is what is important to us as old soldiers, as well as to the young cadets. With minimum of effort in terms of force and violence.